the breaking news update this morning that the US Navy is in the South China Sea conducting war drills. Major Arya.
No, absolutely, Niranjan. For long I've been saying this on television many times, and I've always said that Pakistan and China together have ensured that we look northwards, we look westwards and eastwards, but never southwards. And the actual game that is going on is in the oceans, because that is China's Achilles heel. That is the place that we need to press hard. One thing, we have spoken about the Chinese army. Nobody talks about the Chinese Navy, because the Chinese Navy is weaker than the Indian Navy. They got an aircraft carrier very late. We had an aircraft carrier for the 1971 war. So our capabilities are totally different at sea, and China will continue to pressurize us up north with incidents like Galwan and Pangong Tso Lake, so that we look northwards and we ignore the seas. Now the Americans have gone into South China Sea, and this is a clear-cut message to China that we can switch off your trade routes. The Quad is active, and the Quad is behaving like the Quad should behave. So the Australians have raised their defense budget substantially. The Indian Navy is on alert. The Japanese Navy is making maneuvers in the sea, carrying out maneuvers in the sea. And these carrier groups, these strike groups of the Americans, I've heard USS Nimitz. USS Nimitz is a 100,000-ton displacement aircraft carrier with almost 100 fighter planes. Now, this is bang near China in the international waters. This will scare the life out of China, because China knows that the Quad at will can shut off its trade. And China's biggest weapon is its economy. China's biggest power is its economy. Now suddenly you see that the Quad has the power, the implementable power to shut off Chinese trade routes. And this will scare the Chinese. Niranjan.
And just to tell our viewers a little bit about the significance of it, you've had Washington make statements against China, talking about, in the last few days itself, Major Arya, several statements have come in from the US administration, including from the US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who has said, and I quote, that America agrees with Southeast Asian friends, People's Republic of China's military exercise in disputed waters of the South China Sea are highly provocative. We oppose Beijing's unlawful claims, period. And the Pentagon also issued a statement, Major Arya, saying that military exercises are the latest in a long string of China's actions to assert unlawful maritime claims and disadvantage Southeast Asian neighbors in the South China Sea. So the anti-China bloc, the anti-China alliance in South Asia itself is also becoming solid, isn't it, Major Arya?
Absolutely, Niranjan. You're talking about the United States of America, the world's sole economic and military superpower. Let's talk about Bhutan. Let's talk about Burma. All these countries, which are very, very small, have now started saying enough. They've started pushing back China. Why? Because there was a time before coronavirus when the world thought that, China was Teflon coated. Nothing you could say would stick to China. China was this beast, this angry, ravenous beast, whom if you upset, it would take punitive measures against you. Suddenly the world realizes that it doesn't care about China any longer. And small countries and big countries, the world is coming together against China. And the only two people who are in favor of China today, two countries, are Pakistan and North Korea. China is left without friends. Niranjan.
Yeah, Major Arya, appreciate you joining us on this breaking news broadcast. It's a significant development this morning. The fact